course of their leadership, how fair and how well was it? Should these same people go fit give Nigeria the same kind of leadership where they want, following the kind of parties where they represent? But people's languages and people's demand for a third party, just like say it dey on the high. So on today's edition of Ask It Dey Hot, we dey look this particular issue, and then this particular issue, and also review and see the chances of how the discussion will go, and if there is any possibility of a third party, emerging and taking over leadership. So we get our Gonga guest for studio. Make no be saying, no, let me just talk and we know, introduce person who will also join us for the discussion. This person what I want to introduce now. Now somebody will say, for us they hot, we will call us a regular guest in the normally come visitors. Also they they put out in mind when it comes to political matter. And the person who they talk about no pass honorable or sewing. We be say if you also look over time, you also don't contest for different election. We get to do with representing his people. Honorable Son, you're welcome to Ask It Dey Hot.
Ukubi, thank you for having me again. You don't long.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, viewers.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll also get another Ogbonge guest where they go join us via Zoom. And this particular person we get via Zoom. Now the national auditor of the NNPP, that is the Nigerian People's that is the Nigerian People's Party, the new Nigerian People's Party rather. Yes, and his name now Honorable Mr. Ladipo Johnson. Mr. Ladipo Johnson, you're welcome to Ask It Dey Hot.
Thank you. I greet you now, and I greet all the guests when they listen.
Thank you very much. Okay, may I start with Honorable Osoyin. You see the introduction I gave, we get to do with a third force. Okay. Waiting, how take put them? Okay. Waiting be the possibilities of a third force.
Thank you very much for having me again. Maybe we not lie to ourselves. The politics of Nigeria, as you don't talk before now, between two parties, the PDP and the APC. Unless we lie to ourselves, politics no be one-man show. And most of the political parties will be so-called third force today. Now, they don't turn politics to one-man business. Okay. If you want get third force, it is not now they're going to do them. When APC take over PDP in 2015, they started from 2013. And our APC, we say, it came as a battalion of strong politicians from strong political parties like PDP, ACN, ANPP, CPC, and ABGA. Now, these people formed force together in 2 years of 2013 before the election. That's 2 years before the election. What would they see today? Now, just caricature. I'm sorry to say, my brother, His Excellency, Peter Obi, for Labour Party, come up for PDP because he no favor him. My brother from NNPP, that is His Excellency, Rabi Kwankwaso, he come out for the same PDP because the political theory no favor him. So we already shout since for AAC, at the laugh. Other political parties like my brother wey they defeat for Kingsley Magalu for this thing. All these political parties now one-man business. It is owned by one man. It's a one-man show. And politics not be one-man show. Politics is a collaboration of strategy, of tacticians, and of strong politicians. And that is why we are deceiving ourselves. We cannot have any third force. The best position, the third force we carry, now third position.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Soyin. Now bring the question down to Oga Ladipo Johnson. Okay, don't hear what Oga Osoyin talk. Going by what he talk say a third force at this point in time, they come in late. And following the fact, say, waiting don't give back to the kind of third force we will get right now because of, say, people where they create or they represent or be the faces of this third force. Now, people will say, because of say they don't lose out from the major political parties, that is why they quickly join third force. Say, okay, may I get my own party or may I go join this party? What you get to talk about waiting Oga Honorable Son just talk on to say this third forces they come in at a late hour.
Thank you. I hear waiting honorable talk. It be like saying that the mistake where most people they make with that. When people come meet the people, say, we don't get new patch, we they go there. Now 1 day or 2 days, then they plan them. Not be 1 day or 2 days. My brother say, when APC come, they for about 2 years before election. It not even reach like that. But the waka waka underground don't start before that time. I know how it come that time because I still there with this Konkozo that same time when all that thing happened. And that's something they cause them. That's something they cause them. Make person they disgruntled, make person not happy, either for work or for whatever. Not necessarily say nothing win election or primary. Then also, sometimes you go there with people, freedom of association, there our constitution, and you go see after sometimes say these people where I deal with, they not get true talk from mouth. They go talk this one, they go do this one. So there are different things. The most important thing where we for look is say when you play football match, if Barcelona and Real Madrid play today and then play draw, then say they go play next week. By that next week, most times, then go change the tactics. So if it be say, yes, when they do APC, some sitting governor, they move, including Konkozo, Saraki, and some others. Yes, he writes when he talk that. But Nigeria don't different. Nigerian people don't suffer for the past 8 years. So the dynamics, I don't know how we go talk dynamics for pidgin. The dynamics is different.
Okay,
so anything will happen.
Okay, thank God say anything will happen. Okay, from waiting, anything will happen. Make I ask you this question. Okay, looking at the existing reality we did before us, the demand for a third force, that is the strength of third force, just like say, it is very strong for this particular general election where they come. And looking at the fact, say, you be the general auditor of the NNM, that is the NNPC, I mean, sorry, I say NNPC, the NNPP rather, looking at the strength of the third, that is the third force right now, what do you get to do with, how you go take response to the fact, say, okay, the possibilities of a third force, perhaps taking over power, what are the chances, looking at how strong the third force in the agenda be for this general election when they come?
You see, my brother, if person they talk today, say, what are the chances? Most people, they think for their mind, say, the election last week, where the primary results they enter. Election in February next year. In politics, 8 months, 9 months, a very, very long time. Now, the two major or existing major parties where we all know, they don't finish them primary. For instance, now we know the phone call we they get. Now we know the meeting where they do on the ground now. From people from inside the two parties. We don't vex. Because those two parties, we all know how their democracy take be. Okay. So people they vex. So with time, me I'm not gonna tell you say automatically. Okay. But I go just say the people where they thought first for NNPPO, I don't know, and I feel say I know say Peter Obi too. They not be joker. Okay. They're not crazy.
Okay,
and we are all sorry.
Okay, finish up if you get anything. Just finish up.
And everybody they try to work towards this better Nigeria, a new Nigeria they talk.
Okay. Okay, Honorable Soyin, yeah. While Oga Johnson they talk, I be they see your reaction, your body language all the time. Okay. You feel like say you want to react to wetin he talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Make I give breakdown of Nigeria political reality today. We dey try practice politics of obodo oyinbo, France, UK, US, compared to Nigeria. We wan live, e be like person wey dey work for, wey dey sell pepper, wey wan live life of oil company.
Okay.
MD, e no possible. We are living in delusion. We dey deceive ourselves, considering the current political reality. Now, why I talk am be say, I go do a very quick breakdown, and why I talk say the PDP and APC go still retain power. I don't know which party, either PDP or APC,
okay,
but one will retain power come 2023.
Okay.
And the reality is this: one, they have the money. I will do a breakdown. We have 176,648 polling units in Nigeria today. Now, for that polling unit, you will need 2 major party agents. Okay. Now, the minimum you should pay a party agent, I have once contested election. The minimum you will pay a party agent is 5,000 naira. Now, multiply, that is 10,000 naira for one political party. Now, 176,000 plus polling units times 10,000 will give you 17 billion. NPP get the money. Labour Party get the money. ASC get the money. That is just for polling booth agents. We never talk of the people wey dey for local government collation center.
Okay.
Now, we have 774 collation centers. You will need minimum of 2 persons in those local government collation centers. And not only that, there are some local government centers that have 2. For example, for Etiosa, where I contest, one day for Ikoyi Obalende, one day for Ikota, and they even get one for Sogotedo. Now, they have 3 collation centers. Now, imagine you have, let me put at 2. You will need at least the minimum you will pay a collation officer for your party, because now overnight duty, now 10,000 naira. Now you will pay 2 people, that is 20,000 naira. The estimate is 30 million plus in naira. That is on election day alone. We have not said, or we have not spoken about election campaign materials. The list you will get for a normal poster of 4x5 or 4x6 poster for a 35,000 pieces is for a 1,000 pieces is 35,000 naira. Now, how many will it cover? You will need to cover over 774 local governments, 36 states of the federation with Abuja. Oh no, these people are jokers.
Okay, you talk now jokers, but you know, say a lot of people no go. Oga Johnson, no say automatically. Oga Johnson no go agree with you when it comes to this. Oga Johnson, now may I tilt the question? May I make I rephrase the question in a different way? We don't hear waiting Oga Honorable Oson you talk. I'm looking at election over time. We don't see cases where you know, some kind of margin forces go come up, also define how election will be. But looking at everything that present about when it comes to the election for Nigeria, funding, how ready? I know say sometimes funding they play out, but how ready is NNPP for this election where they come?
Well, as I talked earlier, when you talk, I go say the reality of today, and that be your former question, and that the Honorable Taiwo answer. My own now be the reality of 8 months' time.
Okay.
You understand? Or 9 months' time.
Okay.
Now, when you say how ready, well, I'm ready enough. Where within 2 months, I do all my congress, I fill all my spots from every ward in this country, every local government, states, national. I do all this within 2 months. Politicians not put fire for head, every person. Yes, as they talk, and Nigerians for the look on the other side. Some people we don't carry this money, we don't thief this money. Where we see the 2 primaries, how we go. And maybe Naim, the people go they look.
Okay.
But as my brother say, he say we they look foreign election, how will they be? Say not be Nigeria. Nigeria, the people they hungry. They not fit think, Abi. One day go there, then go think. One day go there, then go think. Monkey go market, go return.
Okay, Honorable, say I'm not going to make we turn this thing into debate back and forth. With the make we bring them back to the center of which we talk about.
Yes.
I will get to do it. The chances of a third force. Okay, looking at it right now, we get 18 political parties for Nigeria currently. And even before previous election, we don't see cases where, some kind parties, they, pull off surprises. But we don't also see majority of, let's say, some kind party, majority of these parties, they no go even get the chances of getting, the required number of votes to fit it, then they win the election. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. For a third force to also play out, going by this same number, you think say the chances of a third force breaking out of this particular figure, apart from the two major ruling parties, they possible?
They possible. If now,
but you say they possible.
Yes.
But looking at other cases where we don't see surprises,
I will get to it now. Last election, I contest for so-called a small party, a new political party, Action Democratic Party.
Okay.
And if we go to INEC today, the APC had to rig me out in that election. I won that election. It's a different political game when you talk about a general election of federal government. We know they talk about local government election. For Yaba, there is a sitting councillor where be YPP. Two. You don't even want two in Yaba local government. Two councillors. We know they talk about those kind of elections. We are talking about a general election. Now, I contested for House of Assembly. I emerged second, beating the PDP at that time for a new political party. Those are small elections. We can understand. But it took a lot of strategy as well from me, coming from PDP at that time. So the truth is, I understand where my brother is coming from, which is true. But the reality of 8 months' time, they say people will be hungrier. The sad story is that these failed political parties of the PDP and the APC go still buy votes. And the people who are ready, the people that my chairman, they talk say they're hungry, will be ready to sell their votes because they never chop. It's a sad reality of the country.
But if you talk now sad reality, make I probably, okay, I don't know. I don't know. They talk about us now. Make I bring them down to this thing. Oga Johnson.
Yeah.
Oga Johnson, you there?
I can hear you.
Okay. Make I from waiting Oga our honorable talk. Make I bring her down to you. Looking at structures of political parties. Waiting be the structure way because sometimes now waiting political party offer to the people. Now the people go respond to and say, okay, based on this, what is the structure way they're on ground right now as a third force where they emerge?
Well, on ground at the moment, you get the party structure. It day everywhere, way for day. I understand what my brother they talk. But the word impossible, me I know the user. If he say it's improbable, I will understand that. Not impossible. Because the people, I get some friends for media, when 2014, then call me, they say, Ogala, it be like say your head don't the single. I say, waiting, because that time with the APC. Then say, where I see sitting president lose election for Nigeria before.
Okay.
You see? Now, so we they talk that time, 2014, say, enough day possible. But it happened. So, but back to your question, the structure day. the structure they improve. As they talk to you now, for NNPP now, we get serving senator, we get serving reps, then they come, small. Things will happen.
Okay.
Who tell you now?
Okay.
As we did, like, who tell us, say, other marriages not go occur? You understand what
I understand. Okay, Honorable Sorry, he mentioned what we want to read it very important. Structure and the fact, say, at least a guy when something go reach, people go decide to say, now like this, it will be. You get what you also talk when in the course of your previous conversation. The ruling party, when they come in as a new party, now structure themselves give the people. You understand? And our belief is say nobody feel overthrow a ruling party with them. But we had, for the first time in Nigeria, we had another party taking over leadership from the ruling party. And now because of waiting, because of structure, and because of waiting they sell to the people. So you when they talk say this thing, try not to say structure and waiting you say give people no go play out in this particular election. Looking at waiting people, other parties on the mention, say now what they will offer to the people.
Okay, make I tell you now something. Nigerians, they quick forget, say, when APC, they form, there were 6 sitting governors we come out. Kwankwaso, Saraki, there were about 6 we come out. Abga, that was Okorocha. I can't remember their names now. Now, the structure at that time made PDP to become an opposition because when Rotimi Ameti will be PDP that time, chairman of Governors Forum, come out, go APC, more than how many governors follow him. Not only that, at that time too, PDP became opposition for the House because they became minority, even though they had a sitting president. Because by that time, so many senators too followed them come out. At that time, we had so many House of Rep who followed them come out. Now, the structures of those political figures will come out from PDP at that time were the standing structures in those states. Now, what's happened? Now, NNPP, they come, Labour Party, they come. The question you go ask, we say, even if they eventually emerge miraculously, which is closer, the chances is closer to 0 than 1. If they emerge, the question will say, how many House of Assembly members do they have in the states? How many House of Rep members they get? How many senators they get? Currently, I never see anybody where they contest from our own local government from all this third force.
Okay, Honorable Soyin, you go also hold on to that thought because the energy way they take talk now, and if you compare it to the energy way Oga just they take talk, you just like say if they live the 12 now together, now just they talk, say no, I don't agree. Now like this is supposed to be. But for the mental, what you go happen, we say, we now go still hold on, make we quickly enter this market. When we come back from this market, we go continue the matter. I'll go also at least open the phone lines for our own viewers to also feel calling and also contribute to the matter. So for now, make we quickly enter market till they come back. We'll talk about that. You have say the government something we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And you have say we'll talk about that. You have say the government something we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on.
As they do you, as you they feel am, as they pay you for body, and as you see am, we go talk better talk.
Better Talk premieres Monday, June 13th at 8 p.m. on top Wazobia TV.
Particular issue. And you have say we'll talk about that. You have say the government something we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And you have say we'll talk about that. You have say the government something we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And just like Senator will talk about that, just like say the government say, okay, we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And just like Senator will talk about that, just like say the government say, okay, we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And just like Senator will talk about that, just like say the government say, okay, we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And just like Senator will talk about that, just like say the government say, okay, we don't hear. They will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. We know say they go back to back on a particular issue. And just like Senator will talk about that, just like say the government say, okay, we don't hear. Hot. And on today's edition of Ask It Hot, today look one very strong matter we get to do with the third force, because looking at the major ruling party, the PDP and the APC, we don't rule over 2 decades now. People don't they demand, don't they talk, say, okay, how strong will a third force break into this system? Will a third force eventually give us waiting we want? I will get our Ogonga guest who also deal with us. We'll get Honorable Osoyin Taiwo, will be himself now politician in a way. He don't contest for several elections in the past. We can also get Oga Ladipo Johnson, will be the national auditor of the New Nigeria People's Party. That is the NNPP. Okay, in the join us from through Zoom. They follow the yarn. Okay, make we also look into. May I ask this next question to our Oga Johnson? Oga Johnson, looking at elections and how elections they take play out, election has to do with political party and the people. Okay, yeah. Looking at this now, we know how elections they normally play out. How, in this particular case, if a third force needs to come into the system, or a third force is preparing to come into the system, looking at how I don't want to use the word dirty, but how stained our political system, where we say people go they demand for something before they go vote for person. Shall you think say the chances of a third force breaking that thing go feel also play out without people demanding for something?
Now you talk something when we start the show. You say the demand.
The demand,
people,
yes.
Like say plenty for third force. Now, yes, some people go they ask. Now, where will they do all these years? Where these people they ask, where now money and they give them? How many people waiting be the total votes? Look Lagos, where we did. Over 8 million registered voters. Our vote, apart from 2011, Fashola, Dosumu, apart from that time, and that one I write, then write up. Apart from that time, total votes not the enter 1 million.
Okay.
So if, the possibilities where they talk of, nobody knows tomorrow. If the people demand they true. If the demand not they, nothing where third force won't do. Nothing where anybody won't do.
Okay.
But if the demand they true, and majority of the people, or a large majority come out, as I say, anything will happen. Now make I add something else. For the sake of agreement, make I agree with Honorable Taiwo. You understand?
Okay.
It go also depend on waiting the ground. Peter Obi not get strength at all, but it takes something come up for PDP hand for Eastern Nigeria.
Okay.
If Kwankwaso not get strength at all, but he block Northwest, where majority of the votes of Nigeria they come from. Make my brother Taiwo tell me, say, it's not possible. Say something go happen where nobody go win for first ballots. You are beginning to look at the possibilities.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, make we not say never.
Okay, never say
If
never.
the demand,
Okay,
never
I
say
hear
never.
you. Continue.
If the demand where you refer to, if it grow because of the hunger, when me and Honorable Taiwo talk, make it grow more. Insecurity, it get worse. You understand? The people fit get up. 2-3 days to when NSAS go begin. I get one my friend where they work with them for government. And they tell them, I say, you know, this Inspector General problem. If I even step aside, make them investigate this SARS or whatever. The person they tell me, a woman, he said, well, then they resign for Nigeria, nothing can happen. Then go begin shout. Now he phoned me back when that thing start for October. Say, you talk 2-3 days ago, I don't know, say we will get this kind of protest. So anything can happen. We all want, or majority of us, maybe the silent majority, they want better Nigeria. People are tired. And as I said, we get 8-9 months where people go fit talk, where people go get hungrier, where things go happen. Where we no fit talk, where it go land. Okay. So my own talk be say, make my honorable, make it not say never. If he say it is improbable, it is unlikely, but make we not say never. We believe say it possible. We believe say the people don't tire. And we believe say something will come together, make things bring positive change for this country.
Okay, okay. Meanwhile, before we come to you, Honorable Soyin, our phone lines, we go, at least we will show the number for our screen now. Make una also get the opportunity to also feel calling, and also that the phone line 9 days for our screen now. Make una call in. We won't get a contribution as well on this particular matter we they talk about that has to do with a third force and how fast this third force matter they go right now in Nigeria. Okay, Honorable Son, you be the raise hand. I don't know what you want to respond to, but make I hear what you want to talk.
Make I no lie. According to my senior brother, the truth be say, as a Nigerian, I am tired of the PDP and the APC.
Okay.
That's the truth. I won't lie to myself. But the truth also is the other political parties that are acclaimed third force are not serious people. Why do I say so? There's only one formation and one strategy that will work for its third force. If all the other 16 political parties come together to battle the APC and the PDP with one presidential candidate, and let's be honest with ourselves, when we talk of third force, we look at equity and justice. In this country today, unless we deceive ourselves, the southeast region of this country deserves to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is the truth. And the only viable force we have is His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Peter Obi. If all of them together with NNPP, Labour Party, AAC, ADC, ADP, and all the rest come together to form a third force to support His Excellency Peter Obi and push out these bad people in PDP and APC out of government, I can tell you, then I will know that yes, what my brother is saying something very right. But until if all of them are doing the skirmishes that they are doing, collect 100 votes here, collect 1,000 votes there, collect 10,000 there, collect 5,000 there, collect 50,000, 100,000, and the millions are in the hands of the people that can spend the money, then we are just living in mirage.
Okay, we did get somebody with their phone line. Additional calling us from Lagos here. Additional, good evening and welcome to us, the Hot. Okay, I beg, if you get the opportunity to call us back, make you call us, make you now call us back as well. Okay, so honorable, make we going, make I bring,
yeah. So we are going to be living in a mirage. So if everybody comes together with the finances of all the 16 political parties, the billions that they have, the millions that they have, the thousands that they have, they bring it all together and face and battle these two other people and say, no, we are tired of you people. Then Nigerians will take them serious. Then the millions and billions that the APC and PDP have stocked somewhere will be useless by the time the people realize that these people are really the third force. And how that one go possible is simple. By the time they form a government, before the government, what do I mean? They have a presidential candidate, they have a vice presidential candidate, they have already elected ministers for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the election is on the February 25th that INEC has said, and March 11th. By the time the electorates are going to vote, they already know their minds that, oh, this is the third force. But we know if we talk, say we get Showore, we get Peter Obi, we get Kwankwaso, we get Kachuku. We have a lot of people running for president. As if the office of the presidency is a must-do for everyone. So that is why the PDP and APC will only capitalize on it to the funds that they have.
Okay, Oga Johnson, you hear what Oga Taiwo talk? We get to do with proper thought force, margin of this thing. Is there any chances say maybe?
Taiwo, hang on. You know, say I tell you earlier, I say marriages fit take place.
Okay.
Before.
Okay.
But Oga Taiwo himself, he say he don't contest, and I know him. I know say he don't do. Him for no. Say not be all the parties where they the people where they genuine. Some of them that this same APC, especially one of our uncle for APC, now they do that thing where they go sponsor some people, like some abracadabra you see a few days ago. When he reach quarter two, you go here say they match. True, some party them day, that are only the thing where they put stick down for PDP. So my brother, honorable for no, say yes, waiting in talk now true. You need to gather more strength, but not be everybody. Then they bring that kind of marriage.
Okay. Okay,
look for like minds.
Okay.
Like-minded. Look for.
Make we quickly take this caller. We get Peace. Peace, they call us from Abuja. Make we see what in Peace won't talk. Then we'll try and give them a back. Peace, all the way from Abuja. Peace, if you bring down the volume of your TV. Hello, Peace. Nelson. From Delta.
Yeah.
Good evening, Nelson.
The two parties will go because nobody. Third force now go emerge this time, and it will surprise all of them. The third force must come up. So without structure, third force will come up. And as one will come up finish, so now have a strong hand without structure. Now I won't let the honorable know there's a third force. So final. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Nelson. Okay. Nelson, thank you very much, Honorable Soyin. You hear what Nelson talk. I like now you direct that particular matter too. Okay, may I ask?
Yeah.
Look, if fact say you say you know the possibility of a third force taking over. If you know this thing, are you actually saying this out of experience or out of sentiment? Out of say, I want to know.
It's political experience.
Political experience.
Yes. I will tell you why.
Okay.
Now, when they just finished APC primaries, and if you look what's happen, a lot of people think, say, Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, or his Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, to the point, say, a day before the election, they talk say they won't do consensus candidate. They choose Senate President Lawal. Now, person will get structure. Why don't they develop political structure? Right from 23 years ago, His Excellency, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't develop structures for the past 20-something years. Defeated a sitting vice president, defeated a sitting Senate president, defeated a sitting minister.
Thank you.
They say they not they tell black for soup. Now this one, you see APC, you see PDP, that they vote the out for this time. See what people want to call Nigeria. And our youth are beg, not let person use 5,000. Buy your 8 years food, I beg. Because 10,000 naira not going to buy food for you for 1 day. We don't want them again. We are voting them out.
Thank you very much, Peace. We don't hear your own contribution based on this. We still get Oga Johnson for this thing. With this one with the reason. You still want to talk? Honorable Son, this talk, I think say you don't talk and finish.
The Nigerians should understand that the people get one aboki with my opposition, collect the money with their family.
Okay, Oga Johnson. Oga Johnson, I know say you see there.
Well, make I just say that the one way Honorable Taiwo just talk, I no one agree with that.
Okay.
When they talk about education, enlightenment, what have you, they different small. They tell people all the time, say, when it comes to political awareness, they say the housewife for Britain, he no more. Yes. I always tell them, you see, when you see the Megad for Lagos, for Surulere, they know more about the. Now then, when they talk, say no, they come vote. But they do, and that's why on many occasions, the results from the north, they don't decide that. When I contest election, I buy this small post. First defeat, on the election day after I vote, they go around. All those youth, they don't go vote. Now the football, then they play.
Okay, on a final note, on a final note, Oga Johnson, before I will come back to Honorable. Okay, moving forward and looking at the fact that they represent a political party. Yes. So, waiting with that final thing we won't talk now. Waiting with that final thing we won't talk based on this particular matter. We get to do it on thought.
The final thing where I won't talk be saying, going back to the topic. Third force, is it possible? Yes.
Okay.
Is it difficult? Very difficult.
Okay.
How is it possible? Left to the people. And if we, people like Honorable Taiwo, the politicians that want it to be better, if we are ready to put in the hard work.
Okay.
Because now we those people.
Thank you very much. Honorable Osoyin.
My final word. I don't know. Make I speak English. I will say this: Nigeria is a sick nation, and the leadership, who are the doctors, are prescribing expired products or expired medicines for Nigerians. And these doctors, who are the leaders, will continue to kill Nigerians because why? The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today has expired, and we need to change it. Even if the third force comes in, they will fail. Because why? There's a drug, which is the Constitution. It has expired, it's an expired product, and it's going to kill Nigerians and continue to kill the structure of this country, and we will never get it right. Quote me, we will never get it right until we sit down as citizens and change the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay,
based on that final talk where Honorable Son talk, if I say make I put on that thing, join them, job like say I did overdo. But we really want to thank our Ogunga guest them. That is Oga Ladipo Johnson will be the national auditor of the New Nigeria People's Party, and that is NNPP. And then also Honorable Osoyin will be also politicians. We want to thank the two of them for coming together at least to join me in this particular discussion we will discuss. I'm looking forward to how the election will eventually turn out when it comes to deal with the third party. Once again, thank you very much for also coming around. Oga Johnson, thank you very, very much. So for the other, For those of you waiting for us when they look us, and we also want to thank you for at least joining us this week for our As the Hot program. We will run for Monday, Wednesday, and today will be Friday. We will do this once again come Monday next week. From my humble self, and then my brother Ezugo Chukwu, the way no day house today, we will send, go out and make it go on a mission. I want to say, una bye-bye, make una enjoy on our weekend.